they don't know that they're okay. They weren't able to reach them, and they're also seeing people being reunited and the relief on people's face as they are able to get in contact or to see that their loved ones coming out of the centre this afternoon.
Kate Creedon with the very latest from Bondi Junction. Just extraordinary scenes unfolding. As you say, thousands of people inside the shopping centre as this is all unfolding. It is a live situation. Police are still on scene. We are getting reports through of the multiple stabbings, including a 9-month-old baby suffering multiple stab wounds. Just extraordinary scenes. I want to take you now to James Wilson, who has been bringing us live witness reports from those who have been released from the evacuation. James, what do you have from us now from the scene?
Is that what you want, this sort of stuff?
Deb, we're hearing more information from the scene, and I stress this is unconfirmed reports, but there is a belief that this may have involved more than one attacker, and the police presence and the fact that they're still going from shop to shop suggests that intelligence may be true, that they are acting on the intelligence. This involved more than one person. Of course, we know that at least one man was shot dead by police, but of course, this being an active situation, they're making sure they're being very, very careful to check through every single store in the shopping centre. I'm joined by Rowan, who was inside at the time. Rowan was one level above one of these men, one of these attackers, and you witnessed him chasing people around. Take me through that.
Yeah, so I was up near the gym on the top floor, and the level below, there was a lot of people running around and everyone looking over the balcony. So naturally, I went up and had a look as well. I had my phone out, and we could see people racing down the kind of runway, the centre there, and behind them there was the man with the knife. And at that point, it sort of became really kind of obvious what was going on, that something bad was happening, and so we moved into the gym that was right there, and we're trying to close the doors, and that's when we heard gunshots, which we now know was the police, but at the time, had no idea that's what it was. And so it's one of those things where a knife a floor below you is one thing, but like gunshots that could be coming from anywhere and are another thing, and so that really panicked people, I think. But
we've seen some vision of what you actually saw. This man, he looked like he was dressed in a green football jersey and shorts. Can you describe his demeanour and how he was acting and behaving during that time?
He just looked, I'd say, scattered and chaotic. Like he wasn't going for any one person. You could sort of tell it looked quite random. He was just running around with his knife. But we'd also seen some people with like bollards, I think, who were going to chase him, and so it sometimes wasn't clear who was a bad person, who was trying to get him, if that made sense. And so
there was some kind of citizen response.
Well, it looked like there might have been. Like, I didn't get that on my footage that you saw, but I'd seen it initially before I saw the guy. I thought, who are these people running around with bollards? Is it just kids being stupid or something? And then we saw the guy with the knife, and we thought, well, are they trying to stop him? Are they part of that crew? Is it more than one person? But it's just not clear in that moment. And of course, all you think about is, well, where do I go to be safe, basically.
And the man, was he saying anything? Was he yelling anything?
He wasn't actually. There was no, I couldn't hear anything from where I was, and he didn't seem to be yelling anything at all, no.
How old did he look to you?
He looks maybe anywhere 20s or 30s, like not old. Yeah.
And so you ran back into the gym and you guys attempted to lock the doors. Can you take me through the next half an hour or hour after that?
Yeah, sure. So when we were trying to lock the doors, and that's when we heard the gunshots, as I said before, and that sort of really panicked people, so we ran back into the gym. Then the doors kind of got closed, but it wasn't immediately clear, should we be staying in the gym? Was it safe to evacuate? Where should we go? So we stayed there for a while, and then eventually there was kind of word that we should evacuate. So we moved out onto the rooftop of the car park, where we could see below, and you could see, police cars everywhere, ambulances everywhere. But we also didn't know kind of what was going on. There was a police car there, and then probably 10 minutes went by at least, maybe even 15, before a police officer came out and told us all to sit down, and then we got taken around a corner, and their demeanour seemed quite, very serious, obviously, but it did make you think, oh, maybe this is still going, something might still be happening. And so we moved around this corner, then eventually the tactical unit ran past to search the car park, and then they came back and, we all put our hands up and got frisked, and, they all checked we're okay, and then evacuate, and then walked out. And I think it's that moment where we're actually like walking out of the building and there's police everywhere. They're like, okay, well, at least I'm safe now, and things are all fine now.
We're at a point where we don't know what the motivation behind what is seemingly, as Rowan mentioned, as a random stabbing attack, why this person allegedly did this, what's provoked him to do this. These are the questions that everybody here are asking themselves this evening. Of course, we are hearing from the police very soon at 5:45, and we are hoping they can shed more light on the situation. But Deb and Mark, as you can see, still very much active where we are right now.
OK, thanks, James. If you've just joined our rolling coverage, just to recap, there has been a terrible incident at